Hi, good evening. This is Deeptikant Padiari, your educator, lecturer in botany. Now we are going to study the sexual reproduction in plant. Sexual reproduction in plant. In this session, we will discuss about the basically structure of flower. Next, pre-fertilization events. This includes pre-fertilization events includes pollen grain and its formation, microsporogenesis, microsporangium, then microsporogenesis. Sporogenesis. These these three includes the male gametophyte development. These three involves the male gametophyte in development, and next includes the pistil, that is the female reproductive part of the flower, pistil, megasporangium or ovule, next embryo sac. These three includes the female gametophyte development. Next we will discuss about the post fertilization event. Now, before this we will discuss about the pollination. Next is fertilization and post fertilization event. Post fertilization events, these includes embryo development, monocot embryo and dicot embryo development. Monocot embryo development. Next is dicot embryo development. Now we will discuss about the structure of flower. If flower has different kinds of structures, main parts are there. One is structure of flower. The flower has, first thing is, the flower is connected to a stalk. This is called receptacle and it is connected to a thalamus. Next, thalamus has sepals. This is receptacle. This is sepal. This is thalamus. Next to it, it is this is stigma, style. This is ovary. Here will be the embryo. Then here will be anther. Then next to it will be petals are there. This is anther lobe. Anther. This is filament. This is petals. Petal. These three, stigma, style and ovary, This includes the carpel. These three collectively called as carpel. This is the female reproductive part. Female reproductive part. Anther and filament. These are called stamen. These collectively called as stamen. This is the male reproductive part. Next topic of discussion is the pre-fertilization event. This includes both the development of male gametophyte and development of female gametophyte. First of all, we will discuss about the development of male gametophyte, and this includes the pollen grains. Now this is the topic of discussion is pre-fertilization event. Pre-fertilization event. Pollen grain. This includes both male and female gametophyte development. We will discuss about the pollen grain. Pollen grain not. Now we will discuss about the male gametophyte, male reproductive part, the stamen. First of all, we will discuss about the stamen. Stamen. What is stamen? Stamen has two parts. Stamen has two parts. One is anther, another is filament. Filament is a structure that connect an anther to the thalamus of the flower. Next, anther. The number, as we know, there are various kinds of flowers, various species of flowers are there in the world. So that the length and the number of the stamen varies in different species in the plant around the world. Next, structure of anther. How anther looks like. Anther. Anther is a typical angiospermic anther is a bilobed structure. Anther is a bilobed structure. Bilobed structure. Each lobe having two theca, that is dithecous. This means each angiospermic anther is a bilobed structure. It is a one lobed and this is another lobed. Okay. Bilobe structure. Each lobe having two theca. Each lobe. By dissecting this portion, we will see what such kind of structure. Each lobe having two theca. Each lobe having two theca. Okay, only this portion. Next, it will be look like this. Okay, bilobed dithecous. Okay, the normal dithecous anther is made up of two anther lobes. Normal dithecous anther made up of two anther lobes, which are connected by a strip of sterile part called connective. The region where filament attached, the region where two anther lobes are attached to the filament is called connective. It is a sterile part. The sterile means this has no function in future. Two anther lobes contains four elongated cavities or pollen sac. These cavities are called pollen sac. Okay. These cavities are called as pollen sac or microsporangia. Microsporangia name suggests this contains microspore. It will contain microspore. Next, now I will show you some picture of this. Now see, this is the filament. This is the filament. This is the anther. Here will be the connective. Two anther, where the connective is the sterile part where two anther lobes are connected. Now see, each lobe has two theca. Each lobe has two theca. One is here and another one is here. Okay. Next, next topic of discussion will be structure of microsporangium or pollen sac. Structure of microsporangium. Structure of microsporangium. Or pollen sac. A microsporangium has a mature anther is made up of two things. One is anther wall. Second one is pollen chamber. Anther wall. Anther wall has four layers. Anther wall is made up of four layers of structure. One is epidermis. It is the outermost layer. Outermost layer with one cell thickening. One cell thickening. Now we'll try to draw this thing. This is outer layer with one layer thickening. This is the epidermis. Next to it, endothecium. Endothecium. It is the next layer of next to epidermis. It is present next to epidermis. Single layer of cell. Single layer with elongated cell. Elongated, thick, single layer with elongated cells with fibrous thickening. Which helps in dehiscence. Of anther. It is present below to epidermis and elongated cells. Such kind of cells this is the endothecium. Next, middle layer. middle layer. It is 3 to 4 layer of thin wall, 3 to 4 layered structure, 4 layer structure, thin walled and present just below to endothecium. Below to endothecium. It is distinguished at the time of anther mature. It is only visible during the maturation time of anther. When mature will be anther, it will be distinguished. Structure will be 3 to 4 layered. We'll draw 3 to 4 layered. First layer, second layer, third layer, and we'll draw another layer. 3 to 4 layer of middle layer. Next, tapetum. Tapetum is the nutritive tissue. It is the innermost layer. First, innermost layer. Innermost layer. Multinucleate cells are there. Densely cytoplasmic. Provides this main function of tapetum layer is the provide nutrition to developing microspore. Provide nutrition to developing microspore. Generally, tapetum are two types. Only secretory, another is secretory or glandular type, or amoeboid or plasmodial type. This is not included in your syllabus. Now we'll draw a tapetum layer. Multinucleate tapetum layer. Here will be multinucleate. 1 to 2 or many nucleus will be present and densely cytoplasmic, and below to it megaspore mother cells will be there. This layer will be tapetum. This provides nutrition to the developing microspore. This is the megaspore mother cell. Sorry, microspore mother cell, not megaspore, microspore mother cell, from where microspores will be developed in future. Now I will show some picture about this. Here will be the picture. See, outer epidermis, second to it endothecium, middle layer tapetum, and spore mother cells, from where look like this. Okay. Next, we will discuss about the pollen chamber. Anther wall finished. Pollen chamber. Pollen chamber is a cavity where sporogenous tissues are present. Presence of sporogenous tissue. It is a chamber, means cavities. Here will be presence of sporogenous tissue. Each cell of sporogenous tissue is capable of giving rise to microspore tetrad. Each cells of sporogenous tissue have the capacity to develop in future a microspore tetrad. Okay, pollen chamber is the region where microsporogenesis will be takes place. Here will be the microspores, the region where microsporogenesis will takes place. Okay, thank you. Next, we will discuss about the microsporogenesis and microsporogenesis and develop structure of pollen grains. Okay, in next class. Thank you. Good night.